Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. So I haven't posted in like a year. It's been crazy, but I've been doing a lot in that year. So I got a new job. So I was working at Co-op and now I'm working at Benefit Cosmetics. That leads us on to what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing a full face of Benefit Cosmetics. So this is going to be how I get ready for work and what sort of makeup I do for work using all Benefit stuff, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's get straight onto the video, and it's going to be like a bit of a chit chat, talking video as well, so we can like catch up because I haven't posted in forever. So my face looks really shiny, but that's just because I've just used a moisturizer. This is one of the only things, I think I've got two things that aren't Benefit. This is one of them. This is the Clinique Super Defense SPF 25. This moisturizer is so nice. It looks really nice on the skin and it hydrates my skin so much. I love it. Alright, so let's get on to the Benefit stuff. So I'm going to be using the Professional Hydrate first. This is an amazing product. If you haven't tried this, but you've tried the original Professionals, if you have more dry skin, this is definitely one for you. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's really nice and moisturizing, and it moisturizes throughout the day, but it still does those amazing things that we love Professional for, with the pore filling and filling in the fine lines and everything like that. Another reason I love Professional is it really helps my makeup last throughout the day. Because it creates that barrier between your skin making oils and the makeup, it means the makeup doesn't get broken down as fast. So it is really good for that. Especially since, so basically my everyday at Benefit would be I wake up at 6 and I'll get ready about 6:30, 7 to be at work for 8, to start at 8:30, and then I will finish at 5:30. Yeah, so I'll get home about 6:30. So I'm wearing my makeup for like 12 hours and it has to look really good throughout the whole day, because I can't get to the end then a customer come up to me and half my makeup's like dripping off. So I'm now using the new Benefit foundation. This was actually meant to launch in my store literally like 2 days after lockdown happened, which was so annoying. I was so excited for this launch. But this is the Air Stick foundation. A lot of people might not have seen this, but you can still buy it on the website. This one is in shade 2.5. If you're sort of the same skin tone as me, in MAC I am NW20. It's a tiny bit pale for me, just as a reference. This foundation is really nice because you can use it for any sort of coverage. If you use less and mix it in and like blend it in with your fingers, it's going to create a really nice sheer coverage. But if you use a bit more and a sponge, then that's going to give you the medium coverage, which is what I'm going for today. And then to get a full coverage, you use a bit more of the foundation and use a brush. You can either go like put the foundation onto your face and then use a brush, or literally pick the foundation up from the brush and then place it straight onto the face, and that's how you're going to get like a really nice super full coverage. Once it dries down, it does dry down to a natural matte, which is what most of our foundations are. So a natural matte means that it's going to be matte, but it's not going to look like flat. It's going to have that natural skin sheen that we sort of like tend to go for, and that's how we get our foundations looking as natural as possible. So although I've gone in with quite like a sheer base, I'm using a full coverage concealer. This is the Boing Cakeless. I'm using this in shade 1, so it's a lot brighter than my foundation. This concealer I actually bought myself yesterday, and it is so nice. I was wearing it all day yesterday and it just looks so flawless, and it doesn't like bunch up or cake up under my eyes. So I'm now going to set my face. Now this is the other products that's not Benefit. So this is the baking powder from B by Superdrug and the Revlon Candid Photo Ready powder as well. I'm going to mix the two, although I don't like this one on its own, but mixed to lighten up the Candid one is really nice. So yeah, I've been working there since just before December. So I was there throughout all the Christmas and the craziness, and then it started to calm down, and then obviously we've had lockdown. But I don't have all Benefit stuff. Like the only thing I'm missing at the moment actually is the powder. So when you start, you get sent some stuff, and then if it's like Christmas or new launch, you get sent things to try out and like use. I think the reason they send you the stuff is just so that you're like confident and you know how to talk about it when you're giving it to customers. Obviously, you're recommended to use all benefit stuff when you're at work, but if it's like a tiny thing like powder, it doesn't matter too much, but you are recommended to use like all benefit stuff. I think the only reason for that is if someone's like, oh, I really love your bronzer, then you're like, oh, my Milani bronzer. So you see how even though I've used a powder, because I used the hydrating primer and this foundation which has shea butter in it, it means that my skin's still looking really natural and has that natural shine to it. That's also helped to the Candid foundation, no, the Candid powder even. So this powder is really nice. Once it sinks into the skin, it still lets that shine. It doesn't completely mattify the skin, which is why I really love that powder. Next thing I'm going in with is the Hoola bronzer. If you haven't tried Hoola, then you really need to. It's the #1 bronzer because it has no orange tones, no red tones. It looks really nice. So when we're on counter, we say to apply it in the shape of 3. So go along the forehead, underneath the cheekbones, and then underneath the jawbones. This is sort of like an everyone should sort of stick around this, but then adjust it to how they want their face to look. Because I want my face to be a bit more masculine, I miss out connecting these areas because I want this to be highlighted so my jaw sticks forwards. So I just go underneath my jawline. But yeah, so I have been filming videos, I just haven't posted anything because I've been so self-critical. I've been like, oh, I don't like this, I don't know how you're talking, I don't like my makeup, I don't like my face, I don't like my hair, I don't like how I edited, I didn't like the lighting, I didn't like any of this, and it just got so stressful that I think I just completely like blocked it out so I didn't have to like think about it and stress about it. But now I'm just like, I honestly shouldn't care, like it's going out to like 10 people, calm down. I'm now going to use this blush palette. This is the Cheek Leaders Mini Pink Squad. This is a really nice palette. It comes with a matte blush, a shimmer blush, well not a shimmer blush, it has like it's a blush with a tiny bit of sheen, and then a highlighter. So I'm going in with Dandelion first. This is the matte blush and I'm putting that right onto the centre, the apples of the cheeks, and sort of tapping that back a bit. Then I'm going in with California. California's a bit more of a softer blush, so I really swirl my brush in there because I love blush. And then I'm putting that towards the back and the like high points of the cheekbones. The reason I'm doing that is because this is a bit more of a warmer blush and also it has that sheen to it, so it looks nicer on the tops instead of straight on the centre. And now I'm using Tickle. This highlighter looks really scary. It's the one in the middle. It looks like it's going to be just straight up pink, but it actually looks really nice. I'm going to put it on for you. That's something I struggle with, is like picking up the highlighter. You see how like YouTubers, they're like, look how good it is, but because they don't have like all these different lights, I'm trying to find the best angle and they're like, it doesn't look good. So straight on, it looks pink because it's duochrome, but once you turn and it hits the light, it looks like this really nice gold. So it's really blends in with the blushes, but also it goes with sort of any sort of skin tone because it has that gold and it has that pinky tone. The reason I use a fan brush, I used to hate fan brushes. I use a fan brush just because it diffuses the product more, and also I apply highlighter pretty much all over my face, so I can really just like throw it around and it not be like a crazy too much amount. Crazy too much amount. Too much and a crazy amount, I think is what I was trying to say. So this is my base, like fully complete. I'm really happy with it. It looks really nice, looks really dewy, looks really natural, but everything's set and it's not gonna move throughout the day, which is very important when I'm on counter. Because although we're surrounded by makeup, we're not like recommended to stand there doing our own makeup. Every now and again, if like there's no customers about, I will quickly like grab one of the powders and like shove it on my face to make sure I'm not looking horrible. I'm now going to be using my brow stuff. I use the brow hat in shade 2. So I picked out Gimme Brow first. This is in the, like I said, shade 2. And I'm using that towards the front of the brow. A tip with Gimme Brow, be careful when you first get it, just go very lightly and then put on the pressure, because as you can see, like here, I've got a big dollop where there was too much product on the brush. It's really easy to fix. Either use Gimme Brow, the comb on it, or just like pick up any old spoolie and brush it out. And then I'm going to be using shade 3 of the Gimme Brow towards the tail. I like to use multiple shades throughout my whole brow just because that's going to add the most dimension and look the most natural and the most dimensional as possible. And then I use Precisely my brow to create the tail. So I just sort of like draw the lines and I'm like, okay, that's where I want my tail. And same thing here, that's where I want that tail. And look forward, make sure they line up. So now that I've got my tail sorted, I go in with Goof Proof and I just fill in the rest of the brow. And the reason I do that is because it saves product. So I use Gimme Brow first because it's going to tint the brows first, and then I can see where I need to fill in. And then I use Precisely just to get the tail so that I can see where I want the tail, and then I fill the rest in with Goof Proof because it's thicker. So it means I'm saving product throughout the whole of my brow products, instead of like using, like a lot of people will buy Precisely and they'll come in and they'll be like, I spent this much money on it and it's only lasted me like 3 or 4 days, and they have these giant brows but their natural hairs are really small. It's because they're using a tiny little pencil to fill in their whole brow. Obviously I'm not saying you need all of them. I like to use all of them because I have the brow hat, but you don't have to. This is the 3D Brow Tones. I really like this product because it makes the brows look a lot more soft and natural. This has a tiny bit of shimmer in it, which our hair has natural like sheen to it. If you see, like my hair's not like matte. So it just makes the hairs look a lot softer on the brows. And then I use the 3D Brow Setter. No, the 3D Brow Setter? The 24-hour Brow Setter. This is a 24-hour waterproof formula. All our brow products are either 12, 16 or 24-hour wear. Right, so now that's done, I'm going to be using the Hoola and the blushes as eyeshadows. So I go first in with Hoola and I just put that towards the outer corner. And I brush that around. By using Hoola that I've already used on my cheeks, on my eyes, it just makes the whole look more cohesive and a lot more natural, because it just looks like the natural tones on your skin, as much as we can. And then I'm using a mixture of Dandelion and California towards the front of the eye, like the center of the face. And then I'm picking up a bit of Tickle. For this, I literally used one brush. I'm picking up Tickle and I'm putting that all over the lid. Now, the reason I use like the blushes and the boxos as eyeshadow is it means you're saving money, you're not having to buy eyeshadows as well. And a lot of people don't want a whole eyeshadow palette, so you can just use Hoola quickly. If you're trying to get like a more precise eyeshadow look, then definitely go for an eyeshadow palette. But for me, I'm just really quickly throwing something on my eyes, so what I've already got works. This is the Bad Girl Bang pencil. This is amazing. I love this. Just to add the extra depth to the lashes without having to wear so much mascara. I also like to use a brown because it's a lot softer and more natural. You can be really precise with it, but I've just decided to be a bit smudgy with it. And then I get the other side and just blend it. Best thing about this is while this product is wet, you can blend it and smudge it around, move it as much as you want. But as soon as it sets, it will not budge. It's 24-hour and waterproof. So it looks really good through the whole day. So I've used the brown just to help thicken up the lashes, and because I've thickened up the lashes with the pencil, it means I don't have to wear as much mascara, which is really good for me throughout the whole day. So I'm going with a more natural mascara. This one is Roller Lash. And I've just gone in with one coat throughout the whole throughout the lashes. This is a really good one at lifting the lashes. It also doesn't have any oil in it, so it means that the lashes aren't going to drop and like sink down throughout the day. They'll just stay as they are. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with the They're Real Double the Lip lipstick in the shade Lusty Rose. So these are like double the lips, so they have a darker at the point and it's lighter in the main bit of the lipstick. So it means it's going to contour and like shape the lips. I like to put on like a tiny amount and then just pat it in so it looks really soft. And again, by not having those really harsh lines, it means that it's not going to look as obvious throughout the day if it starts wearing down. So yeah, this is my full face of Benefit Cosmetics. This is like my everyday routine. This is what I really like just to last throughout the day. And I've hoped you've like enjoyed this. I hope it hasn't been me like pushing Benefit down your throat too much. I just wanted to inform you about the products, tell you all the good stuff. Because before I tried Benefit, I think I've said this, but before I tried Benefit, I was like, okay, yeah, it's a nice brand. I like their brow stuff, but I haven't really thought about anything else. But now that I've given them that chance and I've really tried out some of their stuff, it works so well and it looks amazing on the skin. I literally love this concealer to die for. This highlight, do you see how good my skin looks? It's insane. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that it's been a good little catch up. If you have been here before, like since I last posted, then wow, thank you. But a lot of you won't be, so I hope you like the video and you will like it, comment and subscribe, and remember to press the bell button if you're going to subscribe because you're down there anyway, so it means you'll get notified for when I next post. So even if it is in a year's time, you will still know. Alright, I will see you guys next video. Goodbye. Also guys, excuse the hair because it's lockdown. I haven't been able to get a haircut for so long. If you want me to film like a little pamper day, a glow up lockdown style, then definitely comment that down below because that's a video that I'm thinking of doing.